Hello and welcome to a new edition of True Audiofiles. We got a special edition, Record Store Day 2022. First round, actually, obviously, because there's going to be a second round as well as the Black Friday Record Store Day, I'm assuming, as well. I'm going to kind of go through this stuff pretty quickly because I've got a lot. Before I do that, though, I just wanted to remind people about my Facebook group, True Audiofiles. I'm starting to get more and more people joining and contributing, and I really love it. Would love to see some more. I'll have a link below in the description to go to that Facebook group and join it if you would like to. I also have social media pages on Twitter and Instagram as well. Also, for those of you that are new to the channel, these are some new releases that came out this week. All of these are reissues, but anyways, they are new to the vinyl world this week. Anyway, so Record Store Day, April 2022, was a pretty impressive Record Store Day. This was the first time that I've really truly had to whittle down my selections by a lot because, in my opinion anyway, I thought there were a lot of amazing titles that were available. And I probably had to take about 10 or so titles or more off my list just because I was going to go bankrupt if I didn't. So these are the titles that I got. I've got, I believe, 19 of them. I'll, like I said, kind of go through them kind of quickly. I just came back from the record store, Newbury Comics, and probably the longest line I've seen in a really long time. Possibly the longest line I've seen. I think a lot of it has to do with the first title that I'm going to show you, because I saw a lot of fans of Taylor Swift in line. So this is her single, and it's The Lakes, which has the album version and apparently the original version, which I'm not sure what that means, but I guess I will find out. Next up on the list, Foo Fighters, and I don't remember exactly what this is. There's Making a Fire and Chasing Birds, which I think they're remakes by Mark Ronson and Preservation Hall Jazz Band, but kind of cool nonetheless. I looking forward to hearing that. David Bowie, Toy EP. I think these are some songs that I believe didn't make it onto, or at least some of the songs didn't make it onto the Toy box set that came out earlier this year. Sandra Bareilles, Little Voice. This is probably my favorite record by her. I actually really like a lot of her stuff, but this one definitely is my favorite. It's got the song Love Song on it, which was probably the most popular song off of that. Next one up, Childish Gambino, aka Danny Glover. I really love his work as Childish Gambino, and I don't think I actually know this one, so I'm looking forward to listening to it. I think it was his first release, if I'm not mistaken, but looking really forward to checking this one out. Next one is Kirk Hammett, Portals. Kirk Hammett from Metallica. It's his first release outside of Metallica since he's joined, and there's 4 songs on this. I think this is a first release. I want to say that this is the full release that's going to come out eventually, but this is the Record Store Day version that's on ocean blue color vinyl, so kind of cool. Next up, Joss Stone, Lp1. This one came out a few years ago, I can't remember, but supposedly it's a remastered version and it's on purple vinyl, so that should be fun. Jessie Ware is the next one up here, and this one is Devotion. I think this is an anniversary edition, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 10th anniversary edition of this. I only became aware of Jessie Ware from her latest album that I really, really like. So I figured I'd check this one out. It's got a bonus record with some bonus materials on it as well. So I look forward to checking this one out. Next one up, Everlast from House of Pain. This says it's his sophomore album, but I thought it was his first album after leaving House of Pain. But really, really love this album. Kind of excited to have it on vinyl. Should be a very cool one. Next one, probably not as well known to anyone unless they are into metal. This is the Dillinger Escape Plan Disassociation. This one is on limited edition gold Ripple LP. Looking forward to checking this one out. I actually have several of their albums, but I don't have this one, so it's nice to have that. Next one should be a pretty interesting one for me. This is Charlie, I think it's Benante, and friends. Charlie is the drummer for Anthrax, and he's actually also got Alex Skolnick, who has been in Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Testament. He's maybe have been in some other things as well. The other people that are guest starring on this are not people I recommend. Not people I recognize. But this is basically Charlie's tribute to Rush. It's a 5-song EP, so looking forward to checking that one out. This one was probably the one I was most looking forward to for Record Store Day in April, and that is Charles Mingus, The Lost Album from Ronnie Scott's. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I think they said it's been remixed from the original 8-track tapes and cut by, I believe it's Bernie Grundman, and pressed at RTI. So, 3-record set of a live album. Oh, and I've got copy 1992 out of, I think it's 5,000 it says. I thought there was more than that, but I don't have my glasses on, so it might be more than that. I thought it was 6,000, but anyways, that one is one I'm super looking forward to. I'm laughing because the next one is one that some of you may not like, but I don't care, because I do. It was a album that I've listened to a lot in the late 80s, early 90s, but regardless, Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. This was a reissue, a limited edition, cherry red vinyl version of it. I think they're coming out with a reissue of this later in the year, not on the cherry red, but I really loved this album when it came out. And I'm not embarrassed to say it. This one has probably been on just about everybody's list if you're a jazz fan. This one along with the Charles Mingus one, but it's Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm Section. This is a mono edition. This one is cut by Bernie Grundman as well. And I think this one was pressed at QRP. So audiophile level quality from everything I've heard. I've heard feedback already. It supposedly sounds amazing, so looking forward to that one. This one's going to be kind of interesting for me too. This is Alice in Chains, We Die Young. This is their basically first studio EP that they made. I think this came out before their first album did, and it was kind of, I think, a promo to like radio stations and things like that. But I think it's first time. It's been out since then. Limited edition release. I think this is for Record Store Day only. I think 3 tracks, and I think 1 or 2 of them are on their first album, Facelift. This one's kind of interesting. I'll be very interested in hearing this. It's Elton John, The Complete Tom Bell Sessions. I keep saying this is going to be interesting. I mean, if they weren't interesting, I wouldn't have bought them, I guess, right? So, but this one should be fun. 6 tracks. Basically containing original versions of some songs that are on there and some bonus material. This one I had thought was only going to be available on CD, but it came out on vinyl as well. And that is David Bowie, Brilliant Adventure EP. Kind of looking forward to checking this one out. It's got some basically previously unreleased versions of some stuff that he did in, I want to say, the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, things like I'm Afraid of Americans and stuff like that. There's a couple of live tracks on here as well. So, should be cool. Speaking of cool, it's Coolio. And it's Takes a Thief, which has a Fantastic Voyage, which is awesome. I really, again, I guess it's like similar to that Belle Biv DeVoe. I really dug his stuff when it came out originally, and looking forward to checking this one out. They did another Coolio album. The name of the album escapes me. Either Black Friday Record Store Day or the Record Store Day before that. And it was cut by one of my favorite cutting engineers. So hopefully he did this one too. So last, and certainly not least, because it was the most expensive one on my list, is the Ramones, the Sire albums from 1981 to 1989. I don't believe I have any of these on vinyl at the moment. I have, I think, all the other ones before these on vinyl. And this was, well, limited edition of 14,000, and I got 8,070 on. They have them all labeled, which is very cool. I think you can see that now. But basically, it's got 6 studio LPs and a 7th LP worth of rarities that I'm looking forward to checking out. And all the previous reissues from the Ramones have been nothing short of spectacular. So I expect basically the same out of this as well. And that is all 19 records that I bought. And like I said, there were probably at least 10 more that I really wanted to get. I think there probably were more closer to 12 or 15 that I wanted to get that I passed on just because I didn't want to go bankrupt buying them. 19 was enough. So pretty happy with the haul. I got everything that I had on my whittled down list. So pretty happy about that. That's been happening more and more lately, so I'm very happy about that. So that, like I said, that's everything I got. I would love to hear about what you picked up this record store day. Did you get everything you wanted? How were the lines where you shopped? And were they as long as they were where I was at? I hope that you were able to get in line in a short line, if you will, and got everything that you wanted. If you liked what you saw here, please hit that like button. If you want to see the rest of my videos that I've made, hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when my newest videos hit, please hit that alert bell. That is everything I've got for this record store day, April 2022. Thank you very much, and you have a great one.